All right, time for SMX facts. Let's bring in Clinton Fowler. We're going to recap the Pro Motocross Championship. So, what numbers stick out to you now that we've completed 22 motos, Clinton?
Well, the big thing is with those 22 motos done, the points reset. So we get to go into the SMX World Championship finals with the points back to just the seeding. So it's going to be fun to watch those races. But looking back, there's really two or three things that stick out for me. One is beginning of the season, the other is ending the season. The beginning of the season, we saw Jet Lawrence extend his moto win streak from 22 to 24 motos, tied James Stewart for the third longest moto streak. Pretty impressive. Unfortunately for Jet Lawrence, that ended at the first moto at Hangtown in the second round, but nonetheless an impressive feat. Then to finish the season, we got Chase Sexton, who won 6 overalls in a row. He's one of 7 riders to ever do that. Yet again, an impressive streak, something that we just don't see happen that often. Even Eli Tomac, who we talk about a lot, had never done that in his career. So impressive way for Chase Sexton to finish. And I'd be remiss, JT, if I didn't mention Aaron Plessinger. While he finished 3rd in the championship again, it's the 2nd year in a row, it really felt like a breakout season. He had 11 moto podiums versus just 5 last year. Maybe the coolest part, or the most depressing for AP, is 5 of those 11 moto podiums, he was second to his teammate Chase Sexton. So impressive season for AP. JT, what do you think of those 3?
Yeah, Jet Lawrence, we know what he is and what he'll likely be once again. He is his own world and persona, that kid. I think Chase Sexton winning 6 overalls in a row, he's back. He is truly back. Now, the question is, can he beat Jet Lawrence? We don't know. But Chase Sexton being back to the ultra confident guy that can go win any race on earth, that gentleman has returned. And then for AP, let's go back to Detroit in 2023 and that emotional interview he gave where he almost won his first ever Monster Energy Supercross race. To me, that was the breakout. We're seeing continuation. You talk about him having the red plate in the early rounds of Monster Energy Supercross, and then his resurgence in this Pro Motocross Championship, where down the stretch, he was a week in and week out podium guy. I think he is just making good on the promise that he showed us a year and a half ago. So 3 very different stories, but all of them have their reasons for optimism moving forward.
Okay, Clinton, let's switch 250s. What numbers jump out there?
We got to start with Hayden Deegan. And kids, this is the way to a championship. Basically dominate every stats category. It didn't matter if he got a good start, a bad start. Didn't matter if he crashed or if he had the speed. He ended up winning the championship even when he made those mistakes. He had a series leading 6 hole shots. He was 3rd best at the white line, so he had the starts dialed in. He was 6th he was fastest in overall in 6 of the 11 rounds, so he had the speed to beat his competition. Hence why when he made mistakes at Red Bud in the second moto and crashed, and when he made mistakes in the first turn at Spring Creek in the second moto, he still ended up doing really well. And amazingly, guys, JT, this one really sticks out for me. He was not outside of the top 10 or didn't really have a bad moto until after he clinched the title. He went 10th in the second moto at Budds Creek and 11th in the first moto at Ironman. But obviously, he was already done at that point, JT.
Yeah, and for any champion, there will be a laundry list of tests that you simply have to pass. And I think Hayden Deegan did exactly that. He won from the front. He won from the back. When things were going terribly wrong, he found a way to salvage them and still get solid points. That's how you wrap up the championship with a weekend to go. It's never letting the bad days be too damaging.
All right, great data, Clinton. You're going to have some more on SMX when we get you back next week?
Yeah, we're definitely going to take a look at SMX and in particular the points reset and where does everybody seed heading on into those rounds.
All right, it's only the 2nd year of this. If you're a little confused, we will explain everything to you next week. Okay, before we wrap this show up, just a quick reminder, when we return to racing, that'll be September 7th, ZMAX Dragway at Charlotte. The pre-race show begins at 2:30 Eastern. Racing begins at 3. Same time schedule for round 2 of the playoffs at Fort Worth and Texas Motor Speedway. And then 9:30 p.m. will be the pre-race show, 10 p.m. Eastern, racing for the World Championship finale, September 21st.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.